Eee. Hello. Hi. Hi. I'm Monique. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This tutorial that I have filmed, after editing it, it really didn't come out the way I wanted it to, so I figured instead of just doing a voiceover, I would make a video to hopefully make the content a little bit more interesting. I don't know, but doing just a voiceover felt kind of weird. So for this look, I'm not entirely sure what to call it, so I guess you and I will both find out when this video goes up and I title it. Let's jump right into it and have fun. So, alright, so I basically wanted to start off with that kind of drag technique of pulling the eyes back so that I could have a more like cat-like appearance. So I'm using surgical tape and using 2 strips of it to really reinforce it, and then also putting the stocking cap, an additional stocking cap on top to keep it pulled back and make sure that the tape doesn't go anywhere. And I'm singing. So we're also going to do that technique of blocking out the eyebrows and then covering them with glue and then blocking them out with foundation. I'm using Prit, which I would not recommend. A lot of videos that I've seen where they're doing this technique, they have, I don't remember which brand it is, but they use like a purple stick glue, and that one seems to not have like that weird residue that I'm getting with the Prit. If you see that little white stuff. So if you can get that one, use that one, don't use the Prit. So now I'm setting it with setting powder. I think this is my Laura Mercier, and then using the Fenty Beauty foundation. Use whatever foundation you want. I use this one in particular because it's not my perfect shade. So instead of putting it to waste, I'll just use it for makeup Halloween looks. Right, so now resetting it. So powder, liquid, and powder again. And brushing off the excess. So for the crown, right, so we're gonna make this crown to go on our heads, and I'm just using regular construction paper. Cut it as high, the height that you want. I tried multiple ways, and I'm going to fix it to my head using Mastix glue. I tried multiple ways to make this crown. So the one that you're seeing here I didn't make it from scratch on the day, but it's still made from cartridge construction paper. I was trying to make it with construction paper and then adhere the patterns to it using black latex glue, and that didn't work out. So I struggled a long time before actually filming this video, so it's still construction paper even though it looks different. So now I have homemade scar wax, nose and scar wax, and it's basically just, like I showed, cornstarch, Vaseline, and your foundation of choice. You just mix those together until you get the right consistency and the right color. I'll leave a link below of where I got this recipe, but it's super simple, super easy, and I think if you're doing something this elaborate, it's the most useful thing to do, to not spend money buying a bunch of scar wax. And I'm just literally covering the entire crown into this with the scar wax and trying to blend it around here so that I have as smooth as possible transition into my skin. So that's me. No eyebrows and like this long ass head. So I use these silicone molds to make the patterns that I'm going to use. You can buy them anywhere, and these are kind of like, these are leaf molds. And what you see me using here is Play-Doh. So literally I went to the store, I bought regular Play-Doh, which I'm obsessed with the smell, I keep smelling it, and mixing the foundation into yellow Play-Doh. And you'll see it's just that. Foundation, Play-Doh, mixing them together, and then sticking them into the silicone mold and taking it out and adhering it to my head. So I'm still adding foundation, trying to get the perfect shade. So pick a mold, put it in, pull it out, and shape. So I just kind of cut the shape out of that large mold that I had, and I'm going to adhere it literally by first creating some texture to the area so that it's not like flat on flat and it will just fall off. So I'm just creating texture and then spraying water onto the pattern and putting it on. I'm not bougie, I swear. I bought that bottle of Evian spray for something else, and I was too lazy to use something else for water, and water is water, so no need to buy a spray bottle of Evian water to stick this on. I'm just pushing it into so that the Play-Doh of the pattern really sticks to the scar wax that is on the crown. And the reason why I used Play-Doh instead of scar wax to make the actual design is because it just held the shape of the designs better. I'm also adding texture to the back of the designs as well as to the scar wax so that they can stick better. And there you go, texture and water. So this video is kind of edited kind of weird. I'm sorry. My camera kept dying while I was filming. But now I'm just gonna draw my eyebrows on now. It doesn't look like there's a big difference, but I have very little like lid space here, so that little difference of going up really helps to block the eyebrows out for me and give me a little bit more area to work with in terms of the shape of my face, and adding more eyeshadow. So I'm using eyebrow pomade, the one from NYX. I think it's just in black. And then, you know, cleaning up with some concealer. This one is MAC. Yeah, so just cleaning up with the concealer. Nothing new there. And instead of using the concealer at the top as well, I'm just gonna apply the foundation at the top so I don't have like that weird really bright color up here that doesn't necessarily match the rest of my skin. You know how sometimes when you use too light of a concealer it looks kind of weird. So applying foundation to my face now and blending that out with a brush. So for eyeshadow, I'm using the Juvia's Place Magic palette, and I'm taking the red and going into that bricky, not the red, but like that bricky reddy color, and going into the crease with that, and also all over the lid. Then I'm taking the ashy white, matte white, just to like try and blend the brow bone highlight with the crease shade a little bit better. And I'm bringing that brick red shade down the side of my nose. I really wanted to like contour it and like cut it with the red. I think, like I said, this really wasn't the makeup look I was going for. Not the look in general isn't what I envisioned. I think I'm gonna try this particular costume again. I really wanted it to be more like flushed, so you didn't see like that distinction between like head and pattern and crown. I really wanted it to be like skin into the crown. So that didn't really work out. I think I'm gonna try again. And if you notice, the lighting has changed in this video as well. So it was sunlight. I was using natural lights at first, and now the sun has set. And I don't know if you can tell, like my mood is gone. I have been working on this crown for a lot longer than I thought I was going to be, and it's not looking the way I want it to look, and I was getting slightly frustrated. So I think I kind of went through the makeup with a kind of let's just get this done attitude. So the makeup is really, it's kind of simple. It's really just a lot of red bricky tones to highlight to contour and the nose, the cheeks, the perimeter. As you can see as well in the crown, I've added dimension. I'm just using black eyeshadow and going into the nooks and crannies, and using red around the edges of some of the patterns, and now I'm applying the same highlighter I use on my face onto the crown to give it that same glowy look. So I think that actually looked kind of cool. Maybe it should have just been highlight all over the crown without the red and the black, I don't know. But yeah, now it's just trying to make my face look a little bit more interesting to go with the look. But super simple. Red, brick tones, highlight and contour as much as you can, just to, if we can't have crazy highlights and contour for this kind of look, whatever I'm gonna call this, when can we? Really? When? So you can see here, I'm doing it again, the shading of inside the crevices. I'm going back into the red shade, just using that red shade from that Juvia's Place palette, and now I'm using that to contour. And then going in with this NYX liquid lipstick. It's really like this berry color, but it was looking kind of patchy, so I then went over top with a lipstick from Colourpop. I forget the color, but it's again just like a deep berry vampy lip. Okay, now I'm taking a NYX liquid eyeshadow, the NYX Lingerie Eye Tint. I actually really like these, and I'm just putting that on my nose and on my eyelids, and then really like trying to make this part of the face more interesting with red eyeshadow. And that's it. That's the whole look. I don't know, it's kind of like earthy, queen, skin crown thing. I don't know, it's like the crown is a part of you, you know. We're all just naturally royal. I hope you like it. And that's it. Maybe it inspires some Halloween looks or something. Let's see. Really need to figure out what I'm gonna call this. I was very hesitant to upload this. I was talking to my mom and she's like, no matter how it comes out, just do it, upload it. So here it is, and I hope you guys like it. So thanks for watching, and I will definitely see you in another video because there will be more.